Anybody know what a serving size of ice cream is? Half a cup. What does that look like? You see this? This is a serving size of ice cream. Yeah, lick the lid, huh? This is a serving size of ice cream. You guys want to know what the calorie count in this is? 220 calories. 220 calories. How many grams of fat? This one's pretty good, I guess. Only 11 grams. But when we're talking about fat, I mean, there are 7 grams of saturated fat in this. Anybody know what the upper limit of saturated fat should be for your day? That's right. Or less than 20 grams. Okay? This little dinky bitty ice cream has 7. That's a lot of saturated fat from one little serving of ice cream, right? Now, that's not to say you can't have it from occasion, but remember to keep it to this little size. Okay? I just want you to understand what a little portion control is. Okay, we got our plates. Okay, we got our plates in front of us. All right, this is a 9-inch plate. Until you get your fill level to where you want it, you need to practice a little portion control on your own. Okay, 9-inch plate. I want you to draw a line down the center. Best you can, nice and even. Okay. Then I want you to take and draw across one of the halves. Okay. Now, in the big section, I want you to write veggies. In the top section, I want you to write grain. Grain. In the bottom section, I want you to write meat or protein. It's up to you. Now take a look at where the bottom part of the plate is, okay, where it dips down. That's where you're going to put your food. That's the amount that you're going to eat, okay? And I don't mean stacking it up way up here, okay? If you take a look at that, that's how you want to portion out your food. The largest portion is going to be your vegetables, then you're going to have your meat, and then your grain. But as Bansters, we know we want to eat that meat first, right? Then followed by the vegetable, and if you still have some room, you can go ahead and get into the grain. Is that helpful? When it comes to vegetables, we want to think colorfulness, right? Lots of colors, right? Color and variety. Think of fruits and vegetables in terms of every fruit and vegetable has a special thumbprint of different nutrients. So if you eat the same ones over and over again, you're only going to receive those nutrients from your fruits and vegetables. So variety and colorfulness. Think red, green, purple, yellow, white, orange. Each one of them have something different to offer you.
Half this plate, should we say fruits and vegetables?
You can, but really when we're talking about the Banster meal, we want you to make that combination of meat and vegetable. You can also have the fruit on the side if you want. I find the fruit is really good to fill in the nutritional gaps for snacking. It works really well, but it's really up to you. It's really up to you. You can put fruit there if you want. You got the great idea, though. You want to have that. Well, because the protein actually starts to fill you up a little bit more, a little faster. And we want to make sure that you are getting your required amount of protein. Anybody know the number, percentage of our diet should be in the amount of protein? What is it up there? How much? About 60 grams, yeah. But what portion of our diet? The USDA says 12 to 15%, okay? 12 to 15% of your total calories. As Bansters, we kind of bump that number up just a little bit. Because the protein actually has more staying power for us. And actually carbohydrates should take, the USDA says 55 to 65% of your total calories should come from carbohydrates. What kind of carbohydrates are we talking about when we're vegetables? Whole grains? Anybody else? Non-processed, right? Yeah, complex, we're talking about fruits and vegetables and whole grains, right? We're not talking sugars and soft drinks and sugary foods and cakes and cookies, right? Those are all carbohydrates too, so are the white breads and whatnot. But really, when we're talking about the bulk of foods, we're talking about the fruits and vegetables and whole grains. You want at least half of your grain products to be whole grains. But for Bansters, because we don't get that many, you really want all of them to be whole grains. Protein, for us, is going to be 15 to 20% of the total diet. So slightly different what the USDA has. Instead of the 12 to 15, we have 15 to 20. Carbohydrates, we drop the number down a little bit to 45 to 55% calories. And calcium intake, very important, is 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams. Postmenopausal woman, you want to bump that number to about 2,000 milligrams. Fiber, 20 to 30 grams. Okay. It's usually 14 grams for every 1,000 calories you take in is how you want to look at your fiber. Got it situated here for you guys. This is how I want you to organize your meals. Women, meat and beans, 5 to 6 ounces. For the guys, 6 to 8 ounces. Really depends on the size of the guy. Bigger person you are, a little more protein you need. Same thing with the women, actually, too. Fruit, minimum 2 to 3 servings. Okay? For the guys, 3 to 5 servings a day. A lot of food, huh? Veggies, 3 to 5 servings. For the guys, 4 to 6 servings. Grains, 2 to 3 servings. Now this number is significantly less than what you'll see on the USDA website. Okay, we get a lot less grains than what they suggest. For the guys, 3 to 5 servings. Milk servings. The reason why we do have the milk on here is mainly for the calcium, okay? But you don't necessarily have to drink the milk. It could be in the form of yogurts, puddings, all in the low-fat variety, okay? But we do need the calcium in our diet. So 2 servings for the women and 3 servings for the men. Oils and fats, 5 teaspoons. Now we talk about 5 teaspoons. I'm not saying 5 teaspoons of pourable oil, okay? I'm talking about total fat in your diet should not be more than 5 teaspoons. So whatever fat is in your chicken, in the cheese, and the nuts, and all that stuff should not be more than 5 teaspoons. So it's actually 30% of your daily calories, but because it's a very a calorie-dense type of food, a very small volume has a lot of calories to it. So it's something that you want to eat in moderation. Extra calories. Extra calories are any solid fats, sugars, or oils. Okay? Those are things that you can splurge on every day. You want a little cream in your coffee. You want to have one of these. Well, you won't get to eat the whole thing because you only get 150 calories for the girls. For the guys, 160 to 180. How can you increase that number? How can you get more goodies? More activity. That's right. If you're more active, you can add more numbers. Here's an example of a sample diet for you. Okay, this isn't going to be everybody every day. This is just an idea of how you can organize your meals throughout the day. So if we look here, starting with the blue zone here, 10 ounces of water. You're going to have that before your meal, before breakfast. Breakfast, you're going to use 1 grain serving, 1 dairy, 1 fruit. 20 ounces of water before lunch. 2 ounces of protein, 1 serving of grain, 1.5 serving of vegetable. Snack, before that, you're going to get your 20 ounces of water in. Snack, 1 serving of fruit, 1 ounce of protein, so on and so forth. You can just see it's just a way to organize your meal. How many calories do we need to reduce to lose a pound every day? 3,500 calories will get you 1 pound of weight loss. So 500 calorie reduction a day will get you 1 pound a week off, right? Okay, so if we want to lose more than 1 pound a week, is it really easy to reduce our diet by 1,000 calories a day? Not really. But what is easy is if we can reduce by 500 calories a day and then add exercise into that equation, then we can lose the 2 pounds a week, right? Pretty consistently. It's really hard to take 1,000 calories out of your diet. Some people do it, but then you run the risk of lowering your metabolism. It's kind of a balancing act. If you go too low, your body will drop its metabolism. So we can sneak by and drop it by 500 calories and then add exercise is a better way to go. Okay, let's get into the kind of foods that we should be eating out there. Proteins should come from plant sources, lean protein sources, animal. In general, we'd like you to eat animal protein because it is more dense and it stays in the pouch a little bit longer. Carbohydrates and fiber, complex carbohydrates from different vegetable sources, like we talked about earlier, whole grain sources. Total fat, limit the total fat in your diet. We're going to watch those things, remember, because they are what? Calorie dense. And we want to make sure that we're getting in enough calcium. At least 2 servings of milk, or if you're not a milk fan, you want to take in a calcium supplement. Anybody here have problems with high cholesterol? Okay. You might want to change those numbers a little bit. In the step 2 diet, you want to reduce saturated fats to less than 7% of your total calories. So instead of the 20 or less, it's less than 7%. It's the only difference there. Okay, meat and beans. You want to go lean with protein. If you see white on the meat, you want to cut it off. Remove the skin, right? We know these things. Trim all visible fat. I'm just going to move through some of these slides. Okay, what counts as a serving? 2 to 3 ounces of cooked lean meat, poultry, or fish. Half cup cooked of dry beans. Half cup of tofu or 1 egg counts as 1 ounce of lean meat. 2 tablespoons of peanut butter or a 1/3 cup of nuts count as 1 meat serving. This is a meat serving here. How easy is it to add vegetables? We kind of learned that in a couple other slides, right? Throw it in soups, add them to sandwiches. We can get those 3 to 5 servings in, right? We can add vegetables. Just find unusual ways to add more vegetables to your meal. What's in the vegetable group? Vegetables, 100% vegetable juice, may be raw, cooked, fresh, frozen, canned, or dried, or dehydrated. Okay, what is a serving? 1 cup of raw leafy vegetables, half cup of other vegetables cooked or chopped raw, 3/4 cup vegetable juice. When it comes to juices in your vegetable count or fruit count, only 1 serving a day. How much is a serving? 4 ounces. It's not a lot, okay? And remember, it's really not going to give you any full staying power. But if, say, you wanted to use that 4 ounces of juice in a smoothie for a snack, that might be a good way to go. You can add it with some yogurt, make it a little more filling. Same thing with your vegetable juice. And the same thing with fruit. It can be fresh, frozen, canned. Just make sure it's not canned in sugar, okay, and in the syrups. Easy to add fruit to your day, right? We're going to use strategic snacking, eat it in between, throw it in a bag for lunch. Okay, what counts as a fruit serving? 1 medium apple, banana, or orange, half cup of chopped, cooked, or canned fruit, 3/4 cup fruit juice. Okay, what's in the grain group? Give me some examples of good whole grains. Anybody? Quinoa. Quinoa, it's a good one. Brown rice. Brown rice, excellent. Oatmeal. Oatmeal, another good one. Barley, yeah, so we know the right choices. Okay, what counts as a serving? 1 slice of bread, 1 ounce of ready-to-eat cereal, half cup cooked cereal, rice, or pasta. That's a serving. By the way, be very careful of what a serving size on packaging is. Oftentimes, for example, a bagel, not that we can eat a bagel anymore, we'll say 1 bagel is 1 serving, and when you look at the weight of it, it can be up to 4 to 5 servings of bread. It's very, very heavy, so be careful when you're reading your packages. Milk, what's in the milk group? Any products, many made from milk. Examples include cheese, yogurt, and you want to choose fat-free or low-fat. Okay, what counts as a serving? 1 cup of milk or yogurt, 1.5 ounces of natural cheese, 2 ounces of processed cheese. Okay, here we go to oils. What kind of oil should be taken in? Olive oil is a good choice. Anybody else? Canola is another good one. Corn oil, yeah. Usually your vegetable oils, right? What do we want to stay away from? Crisco, yeah. Huh? Yes, hydrogenated, the trans fats, right? But, well, butter is okay in small amounts. Yeah, but it still has the saturated fat in it. We want to focus on the healthy oils, which are the monounsaturated fats and the polyunsaturated fats. Those two are actually very healthy for our diets. The polyunsaturated fats you can find in the cold water fish that we were talking about last night, the salmon, mackerel, anchovies, herring. I love salmon, though. It's great stuff. Try to get in at least one fish meal a week if you can to keep your omega-3s up. Other good choices, what about solid foods? Where can we find those healthy oils? Nuts, avocados, huh? Flaxseed, yeah. Yeah, and some of the whole grains, right? Good healthy oils. Those are actually going to help lower your cholesterol and improve your heart health.